Welcome back to 18 News Time once again for a weekly visit to the Dubois County Humane Society in Jasper. Donna Hopkins joins us today along with Nanna, and we got a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do. Nanna is one of our kitties that is a community cat. We talked briefly about this last week about community cats, where they're friendly enough to the folks in the neighborhood, but no one really claims them to be their own. So Nanna is one of our many community cats that we have. And last week we also talked about the 2-inch coolers, and I wanted to show you exactly what one looks like. The Girl Scouts, troop number 646, made this for us when we told them that we had need for it. As you can see, it's just an old cooler. Don't use one of your good ones. And then, as you notice in the corner, that we made the cat door. They cut out a cat door, and you can get, I'm going to see if Nanna will go in here. Come here, Nanna, let's see if you're even nosy. See how easy the kitty can go in and go out? That's what you want. You want a cat to be able to come in and out of that. If you're going to put something in the bottom, please make sure that it is of straw. Don't make it hay. Don't make it cloth. And Kitty is making herself a home everywhere. Let me get her real quick.
Okay. That's right. Nanna decided she wanted to jump into our bags there, yes, our camera bag, but
you're our camera little girl.
That's right.
But anyway, in something like this, 5 or 6 cats can very comfortably get in here, lie down, and sleep and take it easy. You can get a lot more cats depending on how cold it is. I want to give you a little bit of vocabulary of what it is. A male cat, most of us know that it's called a tomcat. But the female cat is called a queen. I didn't know that until I started doing homework on this. A group of cats is called a colony. And so when you hear about feral cats, I don't know if you remember a year or so ago we had the Walmart cats. That was a colony of cats that we had. Those cats need something like this because it's estimated that between 30 and 40 million unowned community cats are out there in the world right now. And not in the world, in the United States, excuse me. Cats tend to migrate to locations that offer consistent food sources, whether it's humans who see a kitty and say, oh, poor kitty, and need to feed it. Okay, fine, you can get down and walk around over there. You know, poor kitty, they need to give some food to that. Or if there's some mice or some whatever food source they can get, that's where cats will migrate. And so people say, well, I'll just capture them and turn them loose and make them barn cats. You'll get rid of that group of cats, that colony of cats, but another one will come because they all seem to migrate to the same place. Some people will come in and they'll say, my home seems to be a magnet. It truly can be such as that because the cats have an instinct of know where a food source is, whether you give it to them or whether it's a good source of mice or voles or whatever, that's where they will go. So we are very big advocates on the TNR, trap, neuter, release. And if you're interested in that because you have neighborhood, community, colony of cats and you need help with that, the number one thing that you can do is to spay or neuter these cats to stop the prolific reproduction because we've got to stop the cycle in which this thing happens. The other thing that we also want to talk about is a lot of people come across homeless cats and they think, oh, well, there's only 1 or 2. It's kind of like mice. If you see one, there's a whole bunch more than what you see. Right. And that's where, once again, something like this is very good to have. We have a link where I got this information. It was, let's see, I think I wrote that down. I don't know where it is, but I'll share it with you in just a moment. But anyway, this kind of thing is so easily made. As you see, you can get this at a garage sale, at an auction, someplace. Get one of the old ones. Don't get one of your good ones. Cut the hole in there and put straw. And then the cats can be in there and they'll be very happy. As you see, they like to be in confined areas. It's just it's a natural instinct for cats to do that. One thing we do want to tell you about is we do have 3 transports because we participate in the Pets Alive Spay and Neuter program, which is up in Bloomington, Indiana. And we have one on October the 26th where we have about 4 or 5 more spots available. The next one is on Monday, November the 5th, and then the one after that is Thursday, November the 9th. We'll have a couple of more in December. We usually have them in the first half of the month. And we'd strongly recommend that if you have your own kitties, get them spayed and neutered. It's $30, $15 if they have, an additional $15 if they've not had their rabies. If you need help because there is a colony of cats, look at her. She thinks that's going to be her new home. And she blends so well with the case.
Yeah, that's right.
If you do have a colony of cats, call us at Dubois County Humane Society. Our phone number is very easy to remember. It's 482-PETS, P-E-T-S. Call us and we will help organize a trap, neuter, and release program because we need the cycle to stop of the reproduction. No matter how cold animals get, no matter how starved they get, they still reproduce, and that's the cycle that we have to stop. One of the things that we want to let people know what's so good about something like this is it prevents frostbite from happening to cats.
Okay.
They get frostbite on their paws, their ears, and their nose. It doesn't kill them, but it does slow them down and it can maim them from being able to be good hunters. And probably the last bit of advice is if you do create one of these, now is the time to do it. So the cats will get acclimated to seeing where it is, and make sure the doorway is facing any way but north. South and west is your best directions, but don't go north because the north wind comes in and it kind of counteracts on what you're doing. Well, she's just a little nosy thing, isn't she?
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But that's what I was going to say is we really do want to get a handle on the community cat situation that we have in Dubois County and all the surrounding counties.
Excellent. Of course, I tell you what, that pretty much covers it all today and so forth. Information on these animals, are all the other fine pets available for adoption at Dubois County Humane Society can be available on their website, DuboisCountyHumane.com, PetFinder.com, DuboisCountyHumane.org and PetFinder.com. And their adoption hours, of course, on Wednesdays from 4:30 till 6:30 p.m., Saturdays 11 till 1 p.m. And then, of course, all kinds of information can be found on their YouTube channels, Facebook, whatnot. Believe it, they're all over the place. So
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. So again, thanks a lot for all the information and for joining us today, Donna. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. Weather's next.